Do you ever look at your achievements and wonder if you really deserve them? You're not alone. Imposter syndrome can make you feel like a fraud, even when you've worked hard to get where you are. But what if I told you that you don't have to feel like a fake anymore? What if I told you that there's a way out? Stick around, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to stop feeling like an imposter and start owning your success. Number 1. What is imposter syndrome? Understanding the root of self-doubt. Imposter syndrome is a phenomenon that many people experience, often in silence. It's that nagging feeling that you don't belong, that you've somehow tricked others into thinking you're more competent than you actually are. It's that voice in your head that says, "I don't deserve this," or "I'm not good enough." You can have all the skills, experience, and qualifications, but still feel like you're faking it. You might even wonder when people are going to figure you out. But here's the thing, you're not alone in feeling this way. In fact, studies show that about 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. Even the most successful, well-known individuals like Oprah Winfrey, Maya Angelou, and Albert Einstein have admitted to feeling like imposters. If they can feel it, so can you. But the good news is that you don't have to let these feelings control you. Number 2. Why does imposter syndrome happen? So why does imposter syndrome happen in the first place? What makes us feel like we don't deserve our achievements? The answer lies in a mix of personality traits, upbringing, and societal pressures. People who experience imposter syndrome tend to be perfectionists. They set incredibly high standards for themselves, and even the smallest mistake can trigger feelings of inadequacy. Another reason for these feelings: the comparison game. In today's social media-driven world, we're constantly exposed to other people's successes. When you see others achieving their goals effortlessly, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. You begin to think, why can't I be like that? Why do they have it all together while I'm struggling? But it's important to recognize that these comparisons are often misleading. Social media shows the highlight reel, not the behind-the-scenes struggles. No one is perfect, and everyone has moments of self-doubt, even if it doesn't look like it on the outside. Number 3. The impact of imposter syndrome on your life. Feeling like a fake can have serious consequences in your personal and professional life. When you constantly doubt your abilities, it's harder to take risks, seek new opportunities, or pursue your goals. You might avoid speaking up in meetings, turn down promotions, or shy away from trying new things because you're afraid of being exposed as incompetent. This self-doubt can lead to a cycle of anxiety, stress, and burnout. You work harder and harder, trying to prove that you're worthy, but it never feels like enough. The pressure mounts, and instead of feeling more confident, you feel more exhausted and insecure. But the good news is that there is a way out. You don't have to let imposter syndrome control your life. Number 4, challenge your inner critic, how to reframe negative thoughts. The first step in beating imposter syndrome is to challenge the negative thoughts that fuel it. The voice inside your head might say things like, "You're not good enough," or "You don't deserve this." But those thoughts aren't facts. They're just your fears talking. So how do you silence that inner critic? One way is to practice reframing. When you hear that voice of doubt, pause and ask yourself, is this thought true? What evidence do I have to support it? Chances are you'll realize that your fears are exaggerated or unfounded. The more you question your negative thoughts, the easier it becomes to separate fact from fiction. Another helpful tool is to keep a journal of your accomplishments. Whenever you achieve something, no matter how big or small, write it down. This will help you see just how much you've achieved and remind you that you are capable. Number 5, embrace your imperfections. Why perfectionism fuels imposter syndrome. Perfectionism is one of the biggest contributors to imposter syndrome. If you're always striving for perfection, you're setting yourself up for failure. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist. Everyone makes mistakes. It's part of being human. But here's the kicker. Mistakes are not a reflection of your worth. In fact, they're opportunities for growth. When you embrace your imperfections and see them as learning experiences, you take away the power that imposter syndrome holds over you. It's time to let go of the idea that you need to be perfect to be worthy of success. You don't need to be flawless to be amazing. Embrace your mistakes, learn from them, and use them to propel yourself forward. Number 6, Celebrate your successes, how acknowledging your achievements helps. One of the easiest ways to combat imposter syndrome is by celebrating your successes, big and small. When you achieve something, take the time to acknowledge it. Give yourself credit where credit is due. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to downplaying your accomplishments, but trust me, it's crucial. Celebrating your success helps to rewire your brain. It reminds you that you've worked hard to get where you are and that you are worthy of every accomplishment. Take a moment to reflect on how far you've come and give yourself the recognition you deserve. Whether it's treating yourself to something nice or simply taking a moment to savor your success, celebrating will help you build the confidence you need to silence imposter syndrome once and for all. Number 7, get comfortable with failure. Why you need to take risks. Imposter syndrome often thrives on our fear of failure. We're afraid to take risks because we don't want to be exposed as incapable. But the truth is, failure is an inevitable part of life. Everyone fails at something, but what matters is how you respond to failure. Instead of fearing failure, get comfortable with it. When you take risks, you open yourself up to new opportunities and experiences. Failure isn't something to be ashamed of. It's a stepping stone to success. The more you embrace failure, the less power imposter syndrome will have over you. So take that leap. Push yourself out of your comfort zone and try something new. With each risk you take, you'll build the confidence to keep going. Number 8, seek support. How talking to others can help you overcome imposter syndrome. One of the most powerful ways to overcome imposter syndrome is by talking about it with others. You might feel like you're the only one who struggles with self-doubt, but the truth is, almost everyone has been there. By opening up about your feelings, you not only release the emotional burden, but also gain perspective from others who can relate. Talking to a friend, mentor, or therapist can provide valuable insights and reassurance. Sometimes just hearing someone else say, "I've been there too," can be incredibly validating. You don't have to do this alone. Reach out for support when you need it. Sharing your struggles helps you realize that you're not a fake. You're human, and everyone experiences these feelings from time to time. Number 9, shift your focus. Why you should stop comparing yourself to others. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. We see others' successes on social media, and it's easy to think they've got it all together while we're struggling. But the truth is, comparison is toxic. Everyone has their own unique journey. The person you're comparing yourself to has their own challenges, fears, and setbacks that you don't see. Instead of focusing on what others are doing, shift your focus to your own growth. Celebrate your progress and achievements, and trust that your journey is exactly where it's meant to be. The more you compare yourself to others, the more you feed into imposter syndrome. So stop looking to the side and start looking inward. Your success is just as valid as anyone else's, and you have your own unique path to follow. Number 10, take action. How to move past imposter syndrome and thrive. The most important step in beating imposter syndrome is to take action. Waiting until you feel ready only fuels the cycle of self-doubt. The best way to conquer your fears and build confidence is to move forward, even when you don't feel entirely sure of yourself. Each action you take, no matter how small, proves to yourself that you are capable. The more you move past your fears and take steps toward your goals, the more you'll prove to yourself that you are not a fake. So don't wait. Take that first step, even if it feels uncomfortable. As you continue to take action, the doubt will start to fade, and you'll realize that you've always had what it takes. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, be sure to subscribe for more content on how to build confidence, overcome self-doubt, and live your best life. You've got this.